This is a quick demo of GherkinCore. GherkinCore allows you to create BDD style tests using the Gherkin syntax with the Sitecore rules engine. If you take a look here, you'll see that we have the top level here, a test group, and a test group is comprised of features. So go ahead and I'll insert a new feature here. Call it demo feature. And then under the feature, we have scenarios. So for each feature, you can have one-to-many scenarios. So for here, we'll say demo scenario. And on the scenario, we have a rules field. In the rules field here, we come in here and we can use the given context. So we'll do given a driver. And we can select from driver here, so either Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer, Phantom.js. I'm going to go with Phantom.js since that is packaged in Sitecore 8. And then we have our actions, which in this case are going to be our when and then statements. So we'll say when the driver navigates to an item, we'll select the home item in the tree here. Then once we get to the home item, we're going to look for the h1 tag. So the way we would do that here is we say when the page is ready, find an element with a locator, and this essentially just wraps the Selenium API. So we're looking for the h1, so we'll go by tag name and h1 here. And then we will say, once it's found that, it'll set it to what's called the current element. And the current element is essentially a property on the extended rules context that GherkinCore provides to have the element that you're interacting with as a placeholder, essentially, or a property on it. So now that we've done that, if we find it, we're going to want to go and see if the value in the h1 tag matches the value in the field on the Sitecore item that it should be coming from. So we're going to use the then, the current element text matches the field name on the item rule. So the field name is going to be title. The item, again, is going to be our home item here. And essentially what this test is going to do is it's going to create a Phantom.js driver for us. It's going to navigate to the home item. It's going to find the tag, an h1 tag, and then it's going to look at the value inside of the h1 tag and compare it to the value in the title field on the home item. So this allows us to write an automated browser test without hard coding any URLs or content. So if any of the the display name or the item name were to change, which would change the URL that this is located at, or the value in the field were to change and we had that hard-coded in our test, it would no longer break. So we'll hit OK here. Then we'll just take a look real quick at the feature again real quick, and we'll just save that. We look at feature here, you'll see there's just a description, and this ends up in the output of our report. Again, it's to keep in that style of BDD testing. So we'll save that. And now we'll come back to our test group. So our test group essentially is what ends up actually getting run. You can see here we have this little run button here for GherkinCore, and we'll just look at some of the kind of settings that we can use to configure the test. So the first thing is going to be the report name. So I'll do YouTube demo here. Next thing is going to be the site. We actually can target different sites and databases here, and these are items in the modules folder that you can add different target sites to. So this allows you to target, a preview site versus your website. So in this scenario, we're going to, or this test run, we're going to use GherkinCore demo web, our report bucket. This is where our content actually is output, the result of the test. Image bucket, that's where our images are going to be stored. Driver, this allows us to set a default driver if you don't want to override it in each one of the scenarios. And then the actual test that we want to run. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab the feature that we just created, so demo feature, and save that. And now I'm going to just click run, and in just a moment should be complete. And our YouTube demo test here, this should be the results of what was just executed. So this is a result, and the result is essentially just an RTE that has our feature description and then the rules that were executed in it. So you can see here, this is the text from our rule with the parameters. Then we have whether or not it passed. So this is saying it did pass. And then underneath here, we have broken out each one of the steps and a screenshot for them. So this is a little, difficult to see because not a lot is going on in terms of interaction. But you can see here, the first step is navigate to item, and it was the home item, but the actual evaluated URL is GherkinCore demo. And then here's a screenshot at the current state of the driver. Then it's telling us that it did find the H1 element, which was this here, the GherkinCore Experience platform. This obviously is a screenshot, so can't really do much to highlight that. And then current element text. So again, once we find an element, it gets set to the current element. So this is the step where we're actually, comparing that the current element text matched what was in the H1, or what was in the title field on the item. So if you take a look here, you'll see current element text was GherkinCore Experience Platform and field text was GherkinCore Experience Platform. If we flip back up to the top here, you'll see that we're looking at the title and the value in the H1 here. So it was able to basically make an assertion off of what we expected to be there, and we didn't have to actually hard code it, which is a really powerful concept. And it's something that with the rules engine gives you this great reporting kind of built into it. So that's GherkinCore, quick glance.